our reading program is wonderful, and it's very user-friendly. We have lots of the reading comprehension skills that are being increased, the vocabulary, inferencing, cause and effect, summarizing, and it all works together so that the students really feel like they know the program, know the story as well. And you will be amazed at just how excited they are with their progress, because just in a matter of a few months, they've increased their reading skills in a number of years.
One student that I know, she was in high school, and she started out at a 4th grade reading level. And in the matter of 4 months, she jumped all the way to a 12th grade reading level. You never hear about stuff like that.
And when it gets to where they're ready to tell us what they've read, it's their whole new story. And their eyes light up because they're telling you everything that happened in sequence, and they know it. So when they take that ability back to the schoolroom and they have a book they're reading, they can do the same thing in there. And when they do that, that's giving them that self-worth and that self-confidence that they know they got it. And it wasn't the teacher doing it for them or a parent doing it for them. It's they are doing it for themselves. And that's what we want to teach. We want to teach that independent level so that when they get out and higher in the school and out in the world, that they have enough confidence in themselves to know they can do it.
Confidence-wise, he's much more confident. I think his vocabulary has gotten a lot better. And he's never once complained about going there. I think he realized right out of the gate, once he got in there, you'd think a kid, you got to go over there after school, and he wants to go home and do whatever. But he's never one time complained.
It has just been unbelievable. We have had students say, let me talk wherever you need somebody to say something good about the program. And when I say, well, are you coming back in the fall? Oh yeah, can I come 3 days instead of 2? That's the kind of remarks they've made that when I hear it, it's like sparkle to my eyes and a big smile comes on my face, because it's just unbelievable that I haven't had anybody say, oh no, it hasn't worked for me. It's, I want to be there. I want you to talk to my teachers. They can't believe the progress I've made.
And so when the parent and the students come in, they're automatically greeted by one of the tutors or one of the office staff. And then from there, we get them signed in and we partner them together with their tutor for the day. We really value one-on-one instruction. I think that's one of the significant points about our program, is that it's not one teacher on 30 students, it's one-on-one.
We have a National Reading Styles inventory that we take, and it helps us to determine their different learning styles, whether they like the soft lighting or reading with friends or individualized reading.
Sometimes they do better sitting on a beanbag than they do sitting in a chair. Sometimes they do better standing up, because color is a lot with children that have problems with being still. You've got to have something to get their attention.
If you're looking at a black and white book, that can only be entertaining for so long, and then it becomes monotonous. And so maybe you need a red background to jump out at you. Maybe you need blue colored words to pop out on the page. Maybe you need to get outside of a normal classroom area and read someplace else. This program allows you to do that. It's very flexible, it's not rigid.
Are they better with a yellow background or a light green or a blue? Do they do better if they're sitting in a hard chair or a soft chair? Do they do better if the lighting in the room is dimmer or brighter? If the room's temperature is higher or lower? It really allows us to individualize instruction in a way that no other program does. And once we do that, when we're able to set up the environment in such a way that the students' learning styles and reading styles are maximized, then you get these kind of results. So it's far more than just listen to the student read and correct them. Although we do read backs, that's a significant part of the story. But in truth, it's building word meanings, details, main idea, sequence, and inference reading skills in a setting that matches perfectly with where that student learns best.
All kids cannot sit and learn. They can't. They can stand and they can do the feet, and they're still learning. But if they're concentrating so much on trying to sit still, they lose the comprehension. So you have to know where they are with their learning style. Then you have to know what interests them. You're not going to give you a book on how to make a doll's dress when you would rather be talking about a baseball player. So you've got to learn what their interests are, and then you direct it towards that. Those things, along with a couple of the assessments that we use that correlate with assessments at school, is how we put them in to the program. And then we know what level to put them so that you're not putting them too low or too high.
They are able to choose stories that they're interested in. They have a variety of different stories that they can choose from. And they see themselves improving right after one story. And so, after one story, because everything depends on their success. And it really is wonderful because the student, after they finish one story, they go to another one and the levels increase. We go ahead and put the student online and they start reading different selections of stories. There are multiple choice questions, and depending on how many questions they answer correctly determines where their reading level is.
The questions they answer is then recorded, and we can look at that whole document and see which one they miss. If it's 10 questions and 2 are inference and 2 are knowledge-based and 2 are comprehension and 2 are retail facts, we can tell where their weakness is. And if there needs to be some hands-on stuff, we have all kind of resources then that we can pull out to do that are hands-on resources. Like for that little guy that I told you might not can sit any longer, well, you can give him some manipulatives to get on the floor, and he can rebuild a story with the manipulatives, with the setting, with the characters, with what came first, what came next, what came last. So there's resources built in that you can use then.
Then we go to the regular reading program online, where they're listening to the story 2 times, and they're following along with their cursor and just going over all the words so that some are known, some are not unknown. After that, they get to read back to me, so we're checking for their fluency. I have a wonderful report that I'm able to generate for all the parents. We love having a conference with them at least once a month, but every time they come to the center, the parents and the students, a teacher will always talk to the parent about what they've accomplished that particular time.
Of course, we never leave the parents out of any of it. The parents are in the loop the whole time, and they are taught. So you've got a triangle. You're working with the school, the parents, and then the center that's providing the help with the program together, and then they work back and forth.
The reports are great because it talks about how many questions they might have missed on the main idea, sequencing of events. So we're able to really fine-tune where they need extra practice.
This program has, in fact, encompassed decades of research with it. Many, many studies have been conducted, and I've had parents, both mothers and fathers, start by being great doubters, coming back a few months later wanting to applaud the program and share it anywhere they could to let people know how outstanding their students' progress has actually been.
You're making those milestone moments achievable now. And it takes it and it's breaking it up and making it something that interests them.
I like that the kids see that they're growing and that they take ownership of what they're doing. It belongs to them. It does not belong to me. I didn't do it. All I did was get them a password and a username and show them how to do it. I didn't do any of it. They were responsible for their own learning, so they believe in themselves because they're doing it.
The most rewarding aspect of this reading literacy program is the fact that we get to see a student grow right before our eyes. You get to see the fact that they are finally at ease with their reading. You get to acknowledge and watch how a student loves to check out books and take them home. It's almost like it transforms their life. This little light bulb turns on. I can't explain it, but it's almost like just a magical moment when you're working with the students and you know that they have received so much pleasure from the program. And that's what makes me feel so good.